Dr. Benishek, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Vilsack, for being here today. I just want to touch on a few things. You've had a wide variety of issues discussed here today, but I want to talk a little bit about the Forest Service. And believe me, I agree with you on the emergency fire spending. That has the problem we have to be fixed. But I still question how sales within the forests are conducted and done that could be done better. You know, I spent a lot of time in rural Michigan. We have 3 federal forests, and you know, I talk to people who work in the forest all the time, and you know, I understand that you could have better budgets. You know, one of my problems understanding it is that when you sell trees, you make money, and yet there's no money to do the sales. That's the argument I've heard before from the Forest Service. But the people that actually do the harvesting, the contractors, the loggers, they tell me that they can't get a sale done because the way the sales are let. I mean, it's too big of a project. There's not enough smaller projects so that, you know, the average logger in the area can actually do the project. And a lot of the, you know, the sales just don't get done for reasons like that. Not so much the lack of funds, but just the lack of adequate planning of the sale. Can you comment about that, Mr. Vilsack?
Well, we actually have increased sales, and our goal is higher this year than last year, and our goal was higher last year than the year before, and we've been making a steady increase in the number of board feet that are being treated.
I guess we're just not, one of my forests has seen that, but the other 2 forests hasn't. Maybe it's a local person, or?
No,
I don't understand why, for example, like I told you, they're trying to sell, you know, a 1,000-acre sale. Well, the guys that do these bids, they can't do a 1,000-acre sale. They don't have that many guys to do it. They can't comply with all the rules. Is there a way that it could be done so that the local loggers could actually bid on these jobs?
Well, we can work with you on this issue. I would say that many of these contracts also, you mentioned staffing, and you might not think that that's an issue, but it actually is. There's staffing involved in all of these contracts. There's analysis that has to be done, and the reality is, because of the fire budget, we've reduced the staffing of that team, of that staff.
Well, I understand that, and believe me, I would be willing to work with you on fixing these silos of money so that you can actually use the money that you get from a sale to actually continue to do more work on that.
There's a 50% reduction in the staff, Congressman. 50% reduction.
No, I agree that we need to fix the fire issue, but what I'm telling you is that just the example that I gave you of a bid being let that nobody in the area can actually bid on. So somebody actually let that bid. They proposed that bid, but the staff didn't make it in a way that the people who actually do the logging in the area could bid on it. So that's not really not having staff.
Well, that's why
the staff not doing it right.
That's why I say I'm happy to work with you on that issue. I mean, that's a fair concern. And if we're not structuring these in a way that fits the terrain or fits the forest, then that's a problem on us. And I'm happy to take that back.
Well, I would really like to work with that, because I hear that all the time, to tell you the truth. I mean, that's the issue, not the issue that they're not getting bid. The bids aren't working. I just want to bring up one more thing. The Forest Service have a line item, as I understand it, for land acquisition? Isn't there a way that we could use that money a little bit smarter than acquiring more land, Mr. Vilsack? Or Secretary Vilsack, you know what I mean?
Acquire more land?
Yeah.
Well, there are some folks who don't want us to acquire a lot of land, so
I think we should manage the land you have instead of acquiring more. So, you know what percentage of that line item in the budget is actually being used?
It's a really small amount. It's a really small amount in terms of the overall budget, very, very small amount. And And oftentimes, the only time it's used is basically infill so that it makes sense.
Yeah, I understand that kind of stuff, but I would like a little bit more detail. Maybe your staff can
We'll get you
provide
detail.
that for me.
We'll get you
going forward, okay, in the next month or something, okay?
We'll get you that.
Thank you. A lot of time.